thanks for joining me. Good morning, thank you for joining me. Oh, I should turn that off, shouldn't I? Today, going through my eyeshadow palette collection. You may or may not know that I am a big fan of eyeshadow palettes, and I have quite a large collection of them, which I've collected over a period of years. It's the beginning of the year, and I like to go through things in general at the beginning of the year, and I was looking at my eyeshadow palettes and I thought it's a good time to go through these. I do very much use all my eyeshadow palettes. I keep a note of which ones I've used and when, and I try to make it a very active collection in that I use everything. I declutter as I go. If I find something that I don't enjoy as much anymore, I will get rid of it straight away. No wonder I don't know what I'm doing. I can't see what I'm talking about. I've got a very small viewfinder on this camera, and I can't see myself on it, which I find a bit off-putting unless I put my glasses on. Yeah, it's a very active collection. I like to use everything, and I sort of declutter as I go through the year. I did find last year that my buying slowed down. I try to buy more sensibly and thoughtfully now. Not sure I always manage to do that, but I do. And I think as well, once your collection gets to a certain level, you've pretty much got everything and repeats of everything, you know, in terms of colours and things. But I think the colour is the thing that really speaks to me about it and why I enjoy collecting them and get so much pleasure from my collection. Anyway, today I thought I would go through everything. I'll introduce you to my collection, show you it. I love watching these videos. I know it's a bit niche. And I'm going to pull out possibly some declutters, but what I tend to like to do before I declutter is pull them out, give them one more use or a couple of days of use or a few days of use, and see if I really want to keep them or if I really do want to get rid of them. So probably I'm pulling out a pile for that today, more than actual decluttering, but I'll go through them all and show you. Another disclaimer, I'm going to film downwards onto the desk so you can see what I'm doing. I absolutely loathe my hands. I've got real horrible old lady hands, so I apologise in advance for my hands and my nails. They are not my best feature, and I feel quite reticent about showing them on camera. So there's that. Right, without further ado, let's turn you around and we will go and look at and ignore all the mess in the background. We are between Christmas and New Year, and there's just mess everywhere. So this is my collection. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes of eyeshadow palettes, and I love them all. They're like my children. No, I'm joking. So I'll set up the camera, looking down onto the desk, and we'll get stuck into the first box. Okay, so here we have box number 1. They're mostly organised by brand. So we've got brands in sort of together. I've got some brands that I've only got 1 or 2 of, so you know it's all a bit of a mishmash. So let's move that over here. Start with this one, which is a La Cura, which is the Audi own brand. This is a dupe for one of the Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes, and I have used this quite a lot. I've had it a few years and I just don't love it. These 2 shimmers here are quite nice, but the rest of it are just not really my colours. Last time I used that was April 25, as you can see from there. Do you know what? I think that one's going to go into the declutter pile, so that one can go. Let's take that little sticker out. When I say everything's going, obviously they are used, so they will be passed on to friends and family, because that's all I can do with them when they're used. Right, this little pile here is from Essence. We'll start with this one, which is Dancing Green. Actually, let me move that. Dancing Green, this little selection of £6 that Essence did a few years ago. I absolutely love this. I really, really like it. So that is a definite back into the box one. I really like the mixture of greens. Nice mixture of shimmers and mattes in that as well. This one I bought on the recommendation of a YouTuber I watch who's does a lot of eyeshadow videos, and do you know what? I didn't love this. I've tried it a couple of times or a few times and not really got on with it. I found it a bit difficult to, yeah, just the mixture of colours didn't speak to me. I didn't think the quality was great, but I'm going to put this on the need to use again to decide what I need to do with it pile. So that one can go there. The next 3 are a selection of city ones that Essence did. I really like the packaging of this one. This is the Rome palette. Bought this, I think, on Vinted. And this is quite nice, but yeah, this is fine. There's some colours that I don't particularly like. This gold one, I'm not big on golds, but the rest of them in here I think are really fun. I like the little pop of green down here, so that's a keep. This is the New York version of the City palettes. This is an interesting mixture because all of these shadows have a real blue undertones, or the vast majority of them, all these ones and these ones here. I like it, I don't love it, but I really like the packaging on this one, so I think this one is probably a keep. And then finally, with those ones, we've got the Salut Paris one. Again, love the packaging of this. And I love the selection of colours in here. Really nice for spring, just gentle, fairly neutrals with some pinks there. Really speak to me. I don't know why they've got these two. These two are almost the exact same colour. So a bit of overlap there, but yeah, I love this one. Next, we have these three palettes from, this is an American dupe brand, Alter Ego it's called, and they do really lovely quality dupes of some of the higher end palettes like Natasha Denona and Huda Beauty. This is the Daylight palette from them, which is a Natasha Denona dupe, and it's a lovely selection of nudes. Slightly more shimmers than mattes, which is my preferred sort of ratio when it comes to eyeshadow palettes, and I really love this one, so this is a definite keep. Look at the packaging of this. This is the Sakura palette, which is another Natasha Denona dupe. How pretty is that? The greens, the pinks, and some neutrals. Really pretty pastel colours. I love that. And then finally from Alter Ego, we've got this Coastal palette, which is a Huda Beauty dupe, I think. I don't absolutely love this. It's got some weird, so this sort of jelly thing down here is very odd. That's sort of a bit of something and nothing really, but it has got some, this sort of duochrome colour here is really pretty. I was going to not swatch when I was doing this video because it's going to take forever if I do that. But yeah, it's a really nice mattes in here as well, but some slightly weird colours, but yeah, that's a keep. We then got a eyeshadow palette from e.l.f., which is called the New Classics, and I've had this a good few years, and I really wanted this for a while before I got it. And when I got it, I didn't love it as much as I thought I would, but it's got a nice selection of colours. It's got some colours down here, green undertones. It's got some sort of movie ones up here. I don't reach for it an awful lot, but when I do quite enjoy it. This is another Alter Ego one, which is a dupe for a Pat McGrath palette, I believe. It's called Luster, and this is lovely. Again, I'm not a massive fan of the goldy shades particularly on me, but the very yellowy gold ones I don't love, but some of these in here are gorgeous. That's lovely. And this very rich sort of wine red colour up here, and this nice chocolate brown down here. So that's a definite keep. We're not doing very good at decluttering, are we? We are on to box number 2. This is a fuller box, and we have in here some BH Cosmetics and some other random bits and pieces by the looks of it. So let's start from, let's just unload it all. All right, we'll start with this from Tarte. This was part of a 2-palette Christmas collection a little while ago, a couple of years ago, and I really did not enjoy this palette at all. I would look at it and feel completely uninspired as to what to do with it. But so I think I'm going to put this in there. I need to use this and decide if I could keep it or not pile. So that one can go into there. Right, next we have another Tarte. This again was a Christmas special they did. I bought this because it was just so beautiful, the packaging. I love it. I do prefer the eyeshadows as well in here. Did have some lip glosses in here, but they've gone because they were past their best. It's a nice thing about eyeshadow, isn't it? It lasts forever, or it seems to anyway. Got blushes in here as well, bronzer here, 2 blushes and a highlight there, if you can see that one, and a selection of interesting, fairly neutral eyeshadows, but it's the way the packaging did up that I really liked it, so that one's a keep. Let's get into the BH Cosmetics. This was a Christmas palette they did several years ago. I really like this. Nice big pans, a good selection of colours. It does make me think of Christmas when I open it. There's a couple of glitters here which I don't use because they're very chunky and unpleasant to work with, but overall really enjoy this one. That's one that's going to be kept. Right, we've got a big pile of BH Cosmetics here. Again, they did a Cities series as well, just trying to sort out the Cities ones. We've got the Switzerland one here, which I like moderately. I thought I would like this more than I did. I feel like I'm maybe going to put this in the use and see what I think of it pile, I think. Hanging in Hawaii. Look at how pretty that packaging is. You expect it to be more colourful when you open it, don't you? I sort of did, even though I knew what was in it. Nice selection of neutrals here with some pinks and some warmer tones up here. Very much something that I enjoy using. The London one, I think this is probably my favourite out of all of my city palettes from BH. I just love the slightly cooler tones, the taupey colours, and you've got a purpley colour here, which is really nice as well, and a pop of blue there. Yeah, this is a really easy one to work with. It's something that I can open and know what to do with straight away. Then we've got Paris. This is probably, I would say, my least favourite of them. There's not a colour in here that I can look at and go, oh, I don't like that. But it's just a little bit dark for me overall. The whole vibe of it feels a little bit dark. Obviously, you've got this nice shimmer for the eyelid here and then ice white there. But the rest of it feels a little bit dark. I'm going to put that on the try again soon pile. We've then got the Blueberry Muffin palette. I love this. It's not as blue as you'd expect it to be, considering it's called Blueberry Muffin, and I much prefer the neutral tones. I get much better neutral looks out of this than I ever do with the blue ones. This very deep sort of midnight blue shimmer down here I find difficult to know what to do with, but I do like these slightly lighter blues here, this lighter blue here and this sort of almost like an indigo blue, I guess. But yeah, this is a palette I really enjoy. Then we've got the Avocado Toast palette. Do I love this? I don't know if I do or not. There's a lot of green in it. I've gone off green in the last couple of years a little bit. I don't love it as much as I used to. So I'm going to put this in the use again and see pile, which is getting bigger by the second. Finally, from BH Cosmetics, we've got this little quad called Iceland. I really like these cool tone colours. It's perfect for travel, this one. It's got a nice shimmery eyelid colour, a transition colour, a dark colour for smoking things out, and then a darker shimmer for the outer half of the lid. I really like this one. Then we've got just some randoms in here. We've got this palette from Iconic London, which I definitely didn't buy. It must have come as a free gift with something. I looked at this and thought I'd really like it, and I've only used it once. When I say I've used something once, I mean I've used it for a period of a few days once. I didn't love it as much as I thought I would. It was very warm toned on me, and I need to use that again and see how I get on with it. This is Beauty Bay. I love Beauty Bay. I feel like I've got more Beauty Bay, but this must be just in the wrong box, I think. Absolutely love this neutral palette from Beauty Bay. Really, really enjoy it. I think Beauty Bay is one of my favourite brands of eyeshadow in terms of quality and ease of use. I really like them. So that's definitely going back in. This I did buy last year. I didn't buy that much last year, but or this year as I've filmed this. It's from Moira Cosmetics, which Jen Phelps, who I watch on YouTube, talks a lot about. And I didn't love the packaging to start with. It's really chunky, as you can see. It's a big, thick old thing. I felt there was far more packaging than there needed to be. I love the colour story. It's a real nice neutral palette, not too warm, not too cool. A bit of everything in here. I just didn't like the quality of the shadows. I felt like they weren't great. I've only had it since last summer, so I'm going to not get rid of this yet. I need to use it some more, but yeah, I do need to use it some more, so I'm going to put it on that use it some more pile. This is called The Chosen Bun. It's by Beauty Bakery, and another lovely neutral colour story. These shimmers, I've got this one on today, and these shimmers are just gorgeous. I really, really like them. And then a nice selection of mattes, a nice dark one. The names of these are all lovely as well. They're all named after sort of baking things. Sugar glaze, vanilla, brown sugar, cinnamon. Really lovely palette. Really enjoy that one. This is by Doll 10. This is the Doll Squad 3 palette. I feel a little bit like with this one. as the one I just talked about before, the Beauty Bakery one. I enjoy it. I didn't love it as much as I thought I was going to. Very cool toned, this one, which I quite like. I like cool toned, but yeah, I didn't love it as much as I thought I was going to. I need to give that another go round, I think. And then finally in this box we have this one, which is the MUA, really cheap. This is about £3 when I bought it, probably about £4 now. A £5 neutral palette in the shade, it's called Wanderlust. I love this. Again, it's got that perfect gradient with a couple of shimmers, works really well. As you can see, I've used this a lot. I use this one for travelling a lot because it's just a no-brainer, easy to use. That's the end of box 2. Let's move on. And here's box 3. We've got a lot of ColourPop in here. I went through a period a few years ago of buying a lot of ColourPop because I really liked the quality and the variety of their palettes. I haven't bought anything from them in a couple of years, but let's unload it and have a look at what we've got. Right, let's start with the two really big palettes. We've got Aurora Struck, which just, as soon as I saw this, I knew I had to have it. I absolutely love the colour story of this. You've got some grey neutrals, some neutrally neutrals, some pinks, some purples, some blues and some greens, but all fairly muted. I haven't used this as much as I would have liked to, so I'm going to put this in the use again soon pile. Then my other big ColourPop palette I've used recently quite a lot. This is a pink toned sort of neutral one called, what's it called? Smoke and Roses. Really enjoy this. I find this easy to do all sorts of different looks with a peachy look, a pinky look, very neutral looks. There's a lot of paler colours as well, which tends to suit me as I use more paler colours than I do the darker ones, generally speaking. But that is just so pretty. I love it. Right, I've got a couple that are definitely going back in here. This one I bought only recently from Temu. It's a dupe for an Ensley Rain palette, and I really enjoyed using this before Christmas. I had a lot of fun with that for a week or so, so that is a definite keep. And then this one is from a brand called Simply Posh Cosmetics. This is another purchase from last year. Absolutely love this. Gorgeous. These shimmers are very reflective and shifty and unusual, and I really enjoyed those. Again, it's quite easy to do a look with a row at a time. They sort of slot in quite well, and it's really lovely quality. Right, let's get into the rest of my ColourPop palettes. We'll start with the Deja Brew, which is a nice neutral colour story, nice and easy to use. Again, one that I pick out for travel quite often. That's a keeper. Petals on Point. This reminds me of a ballet show somehow. This is just gorgeous and I really like it. And it's also got this nice dark one for liner here. So again, this is one that I pick out to take on holiday or for weekends away quite often because you've got a little bit of colour, but also some nice neutrals. I am not a Star Wars fan, I feel the need to say this, but this colour story really spoke to me. It was when I was going through my greens phase more so, but you've got some neutrals in here as well. And I do enjoy the looks that I get from this. For as a mostly green palette, I really quite enjoy this still. This was another neutral one, going coconuts. Let's just take that out. I didn't love this. I found the shimmers in this a little bit chunky. Do you know what? I think this one might be ready to go. No, I'm going to put it on the use again soon pile. You can see it's been well loved, this one, can't you? But we'll try that again before we make a final decision. This is the Making Mauves. See what they did there. I love this. It's almost neutral, but it's got some mauvey, pinky shades in it, and I really enjoy this every time I use it. Now this one, Lavish, this was a bad buy. I thought I wanted it, and then when I got it, I didn't really know what to do with it. It's a little bit bright for me. That's definitely got to go on the use again soon pile. This is gorgeous, the Of Course. This is a cool toned neutral palette. I really enjoy this, and it's got this sort of slightly warmer one up here as well. Very nice, and that one's going back in. But I've also got a little tiny ColourPop quad, not normally something that I'd enjoy, but I really like these colours. This little warm toned quad I wear quite often and I really enjoy it. When I want to do something without thinking about it, this is something that I do reach for. So yes, I enjoy that one. One more ColourPop one that I forgot I had. This is the Wild Nothing. Pretty. Take a moment for that. And this is a sort of warm tone neutral. I've taken this on holiday with me to Greece a couple of times. It does really nice, easy looks. I really enjoy it. That's definitely one that I'm keeping. That's one that I wouldn't want to be without. In fact, there's a lot of quite samey looking colours in here, but this 6 here I use a lot, as you can see, and this one down here. Right, the rest of this box is sort of randoms, I think. This is the Paris edit from Viseart, which is this one, a purpley toned. I love Viseart's quality, and I like the fact these little palettes are so small. They do a whole selection of these very small palettes, which is great for those of us who like eyeshadow but have more than we'll ever use in one lifetime, probably in 5 lifetimes, but there we are. I love this and I won't be getting rid of that. This is Huda Beauty Lilac Pastels. I don't love this. I bought it from TK Maxx, I think, and it's just not a favourite at all. I sort of don't know what to do with it. This is odd. That's a nice shade. I'm going to put that on the use again pile, but I feel like that one might be going. This it came from Amazon. It was dirt cheap. It's by a brand called Lamora, Purple Heart palette. I believe actually this is a dupe for, am I right in saying this? It's a dupe for that. I think it is. Yes, I think it is. That's interesting, isn't it? It's okay, this one. I've used it a couple of times. I didn't warm to it immediately. The Viseart is definitely better, but yeah, it's just okay. Let's put that on the use again pile. This is a little Primark 9 pan. I think this is maybe a dupe for a Huda palette. I really like this. It's such an unusual selection of colours. Sorry, I just needed to blow the powder off there. Really unusual selection of colours, really pretty, and I always enjoy the result that I get when I use this. Little 6 pan from Catrice. This is a very simple, very neutral palette, but nice quality shadows for the price, and something again simple that you can just do nice things with. This shimmer down here is really pretty. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's sort of a little bit shifty and unusual. I really like it. That one's a keeper. And then finally, we've got the Lime Crime Venus. This was one of the first cool toned palettes I bought, and I did really like it. I didn't like it as much as I thought I was going to when I got it. I find it a bit, it just doesn't look great on my eyes. This colour I really like. These 2 shimmers I find a bit harsh on my eyes. I need to use this again and decide what to do with it. That's going into the use again pile, which is growing very speedily. I have found the box that the Beauty Bay palette should be in. We've got some Beauty Bay, we've got some Anastasia Beverly Hills, and a couple of randoms. Let's get this one unpacked. Okay, let's do the Beauty Bay first. We've got this, which I bought last year and which is absolutely gorgeous. As soon as I saw this colour story, I knew I had to have this. Thought it was so unusual and so pretty. As you can see, I've dug into that quite a bit, and these shimmers are so creamy and so lovely on the lids. I must use that again very soon. I absolutely love it. Then we have the Smoky 16 pan palette, which is cool toned greys and neutrals. Again, I really like this. As I said earlier, I think Beauty Bay is my favourite reasonably priced eyeshadow brand in terms of the quality versus the price. I think it's great. This is the Earthy. This is very green. I'm not sure I need, as you can see, I haven't used the this one very much at all. I struggle to know what to do with it. I'm not really in my green era anymore, so and a lot of these are very, very bright. So that's going to go on the try again soon pile. Then this was the Metamorphic, which was a limited edition from Beauty Bay, and the colour story very much spoke to me. It's quite interesting, different textures in this one. I wouldn't say I love this one, but I find it really interesting. The quality of the packaging is second to none as well, with the mirrors here, really, really nice. So that one I will be keeping. Right, then we've got some Anastasia Beverly Hills. We have got this one, which, what are you called? The Nouveau. This was one that I bought 3 years ago maybe, and it's very warm toned for me. I don't love it as much as I hoped I was going to, although I have given it a good go. I'm not going to get rid of it yet because I don't feel like I've tried enough with it, so I need to continue to use that. And let's put that on there. This is sultry. I've had this for years and years and years. This is one of the very first high-end eyeshadow palettes I bought. I still absolutely love it. I keep it around really for nostalgia's sake. I took this on the first cruise that Ashley and I ever did in 2019, and I remember sitting at my dressing table getting ready for the evenings and really enjoying using it. So yeah, that's a nostalgia keep really, that one. And then last year in New York, I bought the Soft Glam 2, which is the mini version of the Soft Glam. I did have the original Soft Glam and I don't have it anymore. I must have decluttered that one last year because this one is sort of more than enough. I've enjoyed using this, haven't used it loads yet, but I have enjoyed it and I like the smaller format as well. I've got a couple of these 5-in-a-box palettes from Catrice. Again, these are super simple, really nice palettes to use when you travel or when you haven't got a lot of time or you just want a simple, easy look. These do crease on me a little bit, so I wouldn't recommend them as much as the MUA ones, which I think are great. But I like them. I like the colour selection and they're really, really reasonably priced. I think they still do these 5-in-a-box ones. This is from a brand called C Colour that doesn't exist anymore. This was a dupe for something, but I can't remember what. And I moderately like this. I don't feel like this, looking at it now, is doing anything in terms of something exciting that I haven't got elsewhere. And I don't feel very inspired by looking at it. I'm going to put that on the use again pile and see how I get on with it. And finally in this box, we have 2 palettes from Gloss Gods. The new Neutrals was the first one I got. I find this palette difficult. It doesn't, this is very flaky and basically unusable and not suitable for someone of my age, I would say. And the other shimmers are a bit murky. It's all a bit grungy, this palette for me. I definitely need to use this again, but I feel like this could be a get rid of, a declutter. Vintage Glam is the other one. I like this one far more. I find this easier to work with and I like the colours. I find them easier to combine together to make a really wearable look that's not over the top. Yeah, really like this one. That one's a keeper. We are on to the final box. Now, let's start with some disappointing palettes. I'd never tried Nabla before and I saw it on TK Maxx last year, so I bought these 2 palettes. They were very well priced, is the takeaway from this. This is the Read My Mind palette. I didn't enjoy this at all and I don't know why. I found it sort of set out in quads. I didn't like the colours of what I used on my eyes. I didn't like the formulas. I found them chalky. I found the mattes chalky and the shimmers chunky. Do you know what? I'm going to declutter this. I really couldn't get on with it at all. This other one is one of their cutie palettes. They're £6. This is called Platinum. I did enjoy this more than the other one. I need to give this another go. This is a keeper for the moment. Right, this is possibly my biggest palette. This is from the brand Profusion and it's the Festival palette. And I've used this quite a bit, as you can see. I really love the way it's set out in lines. I think it's fun. There are some colours in here I wouldn't use, but it's got a nice line of mattes with a good gradient here. These pinky tones in this one and purpley ones I really like. The sort of peachy and pale yellow ones I like. However, do I have all these in a smaller format elsewhere? Yes, I do. Is there anything that I need to keep this for that I would really miss? No, there's honestly probably not. So I think that one can go. That's a declutter. Right, let's look at Juvia's Place. As soon as I saw this when it came out several years ago, I wanted it and I bought it. It's mildly disappointing in that a lot of these colours don't come out as they look. For example, is it this one? I can't remember. That comes out green. I don't know how well you're seeing that because the sun's shining on it, but it's got a very green undertone, as has this one. they're not kind of looking on my hand like that, but they just don't sort of translate well on the eye for me. The purpley ones do. I love the purpley ones, but the greeny yellowy ones don't do what they say in the tin, which I find a bit off-putting. But oh, I don't know. Let's put it in the use again pile, although it's a springtime at use again, really. This is the Nomad by Juvia's Place, same brand. I really like this. There's only one shimmer in it, so it's weird that I like it, but I do like it. I haven't used it a whole ton, but I have used it a bit and I really like it. So that's a keeper. Then the Deuce by Juvia's again. This is gorgeous. I've had this for years and I really like, this one not so much, but almost every other colour in it is so wearable and so pretty. Really nice. I like it a lot and I'm keeping it. This is the Juvia's Coffee Shop. This is really darker than I know what to do with. So it's got some lovely light ones in here. These sort of ones up here, but there's a lot of dark ones that I haven't found myself reaching for. This is something that I need to use again and see how I get on with it. This use again pile is getting very big. I've got 3 quads here from She Glam that I was sent this year, and I really liked these. I was surprised how much I enjoyed them, actually. In fact, I was opening them thinking I'm going to choose one to get rid of at least, but I really like them all. I feel like I want to give them all another go. Yeah, these are going back into the collection. I thought these were great for the price. Got a couple of Revolution. These, I hate Revolution packaging. It's so cheap. And 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 palette. These are. This is the Enchanted Icon and this is the Eternal Icon. These were both really nice. I've enjoyed using these. I've not had them for ages. I think I bought them beginning of last year or at the end of the year before, and I really enjoyed both of them, so those ones I am keeping. And then a couple of smaller Revolution palettes, the ones in tins. This one looks really bright, and every time I use this I really enjoy it, notwithstanding this colour, which is a chunky glitter, which I hate, but I do like the rest of the colours in that, so I think I'm going to keep that. And same with this one, which has got another chunky glitter, but all these neutrals are really nice and I like the quality of this one. This is, I think this came in some sort of beauty box. The brand is Floss and the packaging's broken and that's what it looks like. And it's really nice. It's a nice little palette, but the fact the packaging's broken irritates me every time I open it. And as you can see, I have used it, but not used it enough to warrant the packaging breaking. So I think that one is, in fact, it's going straight in the bin. As we speak, that can go into the bin. I've got this one from Cosmic Brushes. This is called the Cool Trolls. I only got this last year and I did very much enjoy it. I haven't used it a ton. I need to use that some more, definitely. Interesting colours in that one and not my favourite, but I did enjoy it. These are all my Natasha Denona little mini eyeshadow palettes, £5, and I really do enjoy all of them. They are my favourites, I would say. In fact, there is another one somewhere that, what have I done with that? I've had it out because I was using it. I don't know where it's gone. And I definitely won't be getting rid of any of these. I really enjoy them and they're great quality. So there's 3 going in to be decluttered. Those are going to be passed on. And then this pile is what I need to use at some point in the near future. I hope you enjoyed that. That was a little bit niche. It won't have been for everybody, I know, but I feel good about having gone through my collection and pulled out the things that I need to use a bit more, got rid of a few bits and pieces that I don't enjoy and don't bring me joy anymore, and just generally I love everything to do with eyeshadow, so I enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.